classical teleportation is very easy. When it comes down to quantum states, there are physical rules which say you cannot copy them.
Few things are more fascinating than uncovering mysteries and relics from the past. Thanks to these discoveries, we've learned so much about how humans once lived or about creatures like dinosaurs and dragons. Scientists and explorers have discovered many things so far, and more are popping up regularly, with some even stranger than others. From the ancient basketball court to the terracotta army, here are the 15 strangest discoveries found underground. What do you think could be lurking behind a 5-million-year-old cave? Snakes, bones, aliens, or perhaps a monster? These were probably the thoughts running through the minds of some scientists as they ventured into the Mile Cave in Romania. No one knew what was inside this Romanian cave. It had been inaccessible to humans for over 5 million years. Great curiosity drove a team of researchers and scientists, led by Dr. Christian Leșu, to open up the cave. Guess what they found? A new species. I'm talking about new creatures we've never seen before, from spiders to scorpions, snakes, and other creatures. These scientists found 48 species living inside this cave, and 33 of them were completely new. These creatures had been in this cave, enjoying isolation from the outside world. The team responsible for this discovery suggests that these creatures may be older than modern humans. These creatures evolved to adapt to the unique air and atmospheric conditions in the cave. According to the scientists, the Mile Cave was very dark, toxic, and lacked fresh air. These animals developed features like long antennae to feel and search for food in the dark. Small insects like worms and shrimp fed on bacteria in the cave, while larger creatures like scorpions and snakes fed on the smaller creatures. Most people build underground bunkers or underground homes for themselves, but how would you feel about experiencing an underground church? This cathedral in Zipaquirá, Colombia, is located 600 feet underground, and not just that, it's made entirely of salt. The entrance to this church is a deep, dark tunnel, and unless you're told, you would never expect to find a cathedral on the other end. Thousands of people worship here, especially during special occasions like Easter. However, most visitors just come to see this architectural wonder for themselves. The Colombian Salt Cathedral wasn't planned this way from the start. The tunnel leading to the church was made by miners who were extracting rock salt about 200 years ago. Everyone knows mining is a dangerous job, and these miners were always grateful anytime they came out of the mines unhurt. Sometimes, they even prayed inside the salt caverns. Eventually, as civilization grew, they gave up their trade, leaving behind a deep cave and a mega salt dome. All it took was one genius architect, and the Salt Cathedral was born. The first version of this church was closed down in 1990 because the structure was unstable. The new and present structure took a lot of time and effort. Some carvings and decorations here took years to make, and some weigh several tons. It took several miners and sculptors years of labor and hard, back-breaking work to make the cathedral. In the end, their efforts paid off. The cathedral isn't just salt-made, it's also beautiful, attracting over 600,000 tourists annually. I'm sure you know what mummies are, you've probably even watched a movie featuring one. Ancient civilizations mummified their dead to prevent them from decaying. Archaeologists have unearthed many mummies in different parts of the world, but none comes close to this one in terms of preservation. This mummy was found in Hunan province in China, alongside 2 other mummified bodies. It was identified as Lady Dy, the wife of a once wealthy civil servant named Li Kong. Li Kong held the title of Marquis of Di when he was alive, so his wife was officially named Lady Dy. The burial site contained Kong, Lady Dy, and their son. Lady Dy is the best preserved of the 3 mummies. In fact, the corpse is so well preserved that it's been named the world's most perfectly preserved mummy. In case you're wondering, this corpse is over 2,000 years old, as Lady Dy passed on around 163 BC. We don't know if it's just chance or if the ancient Chinese people used a special ointment exclusively on her corpse, but Dy has given us a new insight into ancient Chinese culture. Like many other archaeological breakthroughs, the Terracotta Army was discovered by accident on March 24, 1974, in Xiong Village, Lingong District, China. A young man digging a well accidentally unearthed a humanized clay figure shaped like a warrior. As he dug further, he started uncovering arrows and bows. He reported this occurrence, and the government took note of it. In no time, a team was sent to dig out the site, revealing the buried terracotta warriors. I bet you're wondering who these warriors are and why they were so important that they were molded. Well, these guys weren't at all important or actual warriors, but the man they were made for was a very great personality, China's first emperor. The warrior figures were installed in the emperor's burial site to accompany him to eternal rest. There are over 2,000 warriors in total. Each of them was found in different units in the underground chambers where they were buried. The amazing thing about the terracotta warriors is not just the numbers, it's the design and detail. Each warrior has a unique hairstyle, weapon, facial features, armor, and even facial expression. There are also chariots, horses, and bulls. These special details make the Terracotta Army unlike any archaeological discovery before it, and it has gained worldwide recognition since its discovery. The Capuchin Monastery is located in Pau, southern Italy. This site looks like nothing on the outside, but as you descend into the catacombs, things start to get interesting and scary. There are thousands of dead bodies inside the catacombs, but they aren't buried in coffins or mummified. They are just lying around everywhere. There are corpses in open coffins, some sitting on benches, others pinned standing to the walls, and so on. Most of these corpses are well dressed. The bodies in this monastery are dry, but they weren't mummified like most ancient corpses. It's believed that the dry air in this place works for the natural mummification of the bodies. All the priests did was clothe the corpses after cleaning them with a solution to kill bacteria and fungi. The catacomb is open every day to visitors for a small fee. If you want to get a real-life horror feeling of The Walking Dead, or in this case, The Standing Dead, then this place is just perfect for you. You would think basketball is a 20th century sport, but it's actually a rip-off of a much older sport that dates back to hundreds of years before Jesus Christ. This game was called PokerTalk, and in the northeast of Central Plaza Monte Alban, you'll find the oldest PokerTalk court ever discovered. The PokerTalk game was native to the ancient Maya, and it was how they had fun and settled conflicts. Although no concrete proof has been established, the PokerTalk is believed to be a mix of soccer and basketball. However, it was far more difficult to play. The game entailed two teams playing with a rubber ball. Each team had to try and hit the rubber ball into a goalpost, which was a simple stone hoop. Another thing that made this sport unique and difficult is that you can't use your hands or feet to play, you only use your thighs and hips. Just imagine playing basketball or soccer with only your hips and thighs, and you'll know this game must have been extremely difficult, yet fun. You probably wouldn't want to be a team leader in a PokerTalk, though, as research has proven that sometimes the team leader of the losing side got sacrificed to the gods. Scary, right? Well, that's Mayan culture for you. They are one of the most unique ancient civilizations that keep puzzling us today.